This episode of HD Nation is brought to you by GoToAssist Express. Support smarter with GoToAssist Express. Time to get our HD Nation on. The good folks at Ceton. Well, software update to the InfiniTV 4 tuner. Which
yeah!
I can't believe you took this out of your home theater PC and brought it in here.
It's a spare, actually.
You have two?
I do. I'm looking to put them both into one home theater PC.
So I shouldn't just... Actually, it wouldn't do me any good anyway because I don't have freaking cable TV.
There you go. It is a cable TV tuner. And it's a quad tuner cable card that pretty much is the only one I'm aware of available for PCs right now anyway. And they have a 6-tuner card coming out later on. But anyway, they had a new update, the software update. And that was for adding network tuner support to this particular card, which is great. Essentially, according to the company's press release, this up to 4 PCs can each receive live HDTV cable programming from a single card just like that one. And up to 6 TVs could be supported by the company's upcoming InfiniTV 6 card.
So it makes it very similar to the Silicon Dust products that have been out there for a while, the Home Run.
Exactly. Yeah. What they do for over-the-air reception, they're now doing, well, at least the good folks at Ceton are doing for the InfiniTV 4 and doing that over the network.
Did you download the software and install it on your home machine?
I did.
Did it work?
Worked pretty darn well, actually.
Because sometimes you're like, no, it didn't work.
And when you're messing with cable cards and you're worried about things becoming unpaired, where you actually have to call the cable card or call the cable company and make sure everything's. I did not want to deal with that, but didn't have to.
Let me make this clear. The software upgraded successfully and did not cause problems with the cable card.
Not at all.
Way to go.
Loaded it up on 2 different computers. Actually, the host computer, my home theater PC, loaded it up on there. The software confirms the presence of the tuner and what networking options I wanted. Basically, you can select if you're using, if you have more than one network option on your computer, it says which one do you want to use for streaming this content and connecting to the other computers in your local network.
Did it actually modify the display in Windows Media Center, or?
It does actually. Well, the very first thing you'll see is it pops up this, it adds an icon that says network tuner right into there, and then that's on. I was doing that on the main host PC that's running Windows 7, of course, and I got that loaded up. Switched over to the notebook, loaded the software up on there, saw that it was basically leaving that card for me, and boom, I was able to basically take one of the 4 tuners that were on here and assign that to another computer, which is great.
So you could actually use it on your notebook over the Ethernet network or the wireless network in your house.
Totally. So while I left the home theater PC with 3 of the 4 tuners for doing multiple channel recording and things like that, I said, you know what, dedicate one to the notebook, and I could have dedicated more than one to different computers in the house, but I just said, just give one to the notebook, and then I can have that literally walking around watching the ball game last night.
So basically, instead of having, say, multiple cable boxes in your house, you could use the InfiniTV to direct streams to multiple devices in your house.
Yes.
That's really cool.
See, now I'm thinking you could literally have one super box with, say, 2 of those in it with 8 tuners then total, and then divvy out those tuners however you want. I think you're probably better off sticking to a number like 3 tuners or so per computer.
It took forever for you to get the InfiniTV card in, and it did for everyone else. It took them forever to ship it. Are they shipping freely now?
Yes, actually. They just announced in their press release, along with the new software update, they said that they've not only fulfilled all the orders that were on back order, they're now actually offering the card on Amazon. So
cool.
Yet another option. If you can't get it through one of the other providers, go right to Amazon.com and pick it up there.
If you are looking for the ultimate experience for your home theater PC running Windows Media Center, oh, it is so sleek. Not sleek enough to get me to go back to subscribing to cable, but it's really, if I had cable, I
understand. That you have to have that leap in place before you can make the jump.
Martin wrote in with a question we've been getting from a lot of viewers about 21:9 HDTVs. Hey, Rob, Pat, and Vera, or is it Ronnie? So I'm very keen on the idea of a 21:9 TV. I want to say 29:9, a 21:9 TV. I currently have the LG 60-inch PS8000. My concern is that although I will be rid of the black bars above and below most movies, will the picture be zoomed to fit the 21:9 aspect ratio, causing a loss of the sides of the image? Thank you for all the hard work that goes into making Tekzilla. Martland.
I will say, you know what? Just slightly. Because actually, 21:9, if you do the math, it's what, 2.33 or so?
Yeah,
and most movies are 2.35 to 2.39.
Yeah. or 1.85.
It's pretty darn close. So you're not losing a lot of scaling.
You have a choice,
not losing a lot of
either
picture.
like an inch or a quarter inch of black at the top and bottom, or clipping a little tiny bit off the far, far edges of the movie.
I think for this though, I would rather it just scale it perfectly to the top and the bottom so you get the full maximum. You might lose just a tiny bit on the sides, but not enough to where I'm going to lose sleep over it.
Because I'm going to want the black on the top and bottom, so I know I have all the original frame.
That's true.
But I'm a freak.
Until you do front projection, and then you have the true 21. You could do 21 by 9 that way as well, or 235 to 1, however. But the nice thing is there's a couple manufacturers now poised, if not already shipping 21 by 9 aspect ratio sized screens.
Right.
Philips, I think, was the first. They've had a TV out for a while now in Europe, and it's coming now to the US, I want to say later this year. I think it's a 50-inch design soon. And Vizio is the other big company. They announced one at CES. It looks awesome. I can't wait to actually get one in. Hopefully, I'm hoping...
It's going to be an awesomely big box, too.
It's going to be a long box, because it's a wide display.
Right.
And I'm hoping that will ship hopefully before fall. I'm hoping in the middle of summer.
It's going to be really interesting to kind of get these home and play around with them, because they're essentially 21 by 9 is designed to have full cinematic aspect ratio movie presentation.
Totally.
Right? And if
without the black bars.
If 90% of what you
No
watch is
letterboxing. 16
by 9 television, you're going to end up with either big black bars on either side of your episode of Glee, or you're going to have either that, or they're going to put like additional applications or feeds, or
most likely
who knows what's going to be going on the.
I wonder if they'll even have like a split screen mode where you have like two pseudo 16 by 9 displays. That would be pretty cool. I would like that.
Eagerly to get our eyeballs and hands on them.
Bring them on!
What's on the lab bench this week? Obviously, you've been testing televisions again.
Yeah, a couple of LCDs. I'm looking at some lower cost LCDs. Basically, I have one from Panasonic and Samsung, two edge-lit designs. Try to keep them somewhat similar here. LED LCD televisions, to be exact. Have the $990 42-inch Panasonic TC L42E30. It's part of the company's 2011 E-Series LCD. And we have the 46-inch Samsung UN46 D6300, a D6300 series TV that has an online price of about just under $1,300. Now, both TVs feature 1080p screen resolution, 120 hertz refresh rates, 4 HDMI ports, and internet and network multimedia streaming services, including DLNA support. Now, in terms of panel depth, both are fairly thin. 1.7 inches for the L42E30 from Panasonic, and 1.2 inches for the D6300. That additional half-inch of thinness that Samsung achieved with the D6300 doesn't leave much room for HDMI ports. Forget using really thick cables with that TV in particular. They do it as parallel to the back of the screen, and there is not a lot of tolerance for thick cables there. Otherwise, you'd be bending it trying to get it in there, and it makes me nervous just doing that. Samsung also includes a fully backlit remote compared to the non-fully backlit version that Panasonic actually offers. Also, if you have a smartphone, either Android or iOS-based device, you can download an app from the Samsung and have that as a remote control for your TV, which I actually like having that as a secondary remote. Just kind of nice. Brightness uniformity, how uniform the brightness is on the whole picture across from corner to corner with the edge-lit LCDs like I have behind me. It's difficult, and I have to give the edge to Panasonic in this case, as the illumination across the screen surface was actually fairly even, with some minor what they call flashlighting artifacts noted in the corners. If you sit in a dark room and look at the screen, each corner almost looks like there's somebody with a tiny little flashlight pointing in, and kind of that brightness pattern. That's what people are referring to. Saw the same thing on Samsung's D6300. However, there was also some blotches, just uneven blotchiness when displaying a dark gray or a fully black background. Now, looking at the test results generated using the CalMan software package, the L42E30's default picture setting was below average, with the gamut results, basically for the primary and secondary color measurements, being further off the mark than I'd like to see. Now, post-calibration, the L42E30 wasn't much better. Now, without user-accessible white balance controls, I had no way of bringing the set's red, blue, and green color mixing in line with the HDTV standard. Now, Panasonic does provide a white balance control in the TV's hidden service menu, but the controls for improving the accuracy of primary and secondary colors is just not there. Now, contrast that with the D6300, and its color gamuts right out of the box were almost perfect. The color temperature, aka RGB balancing, aka white balancing, it was too warm or too red. However, the D6300's picture controls included a 2 or a 10-point white balance control as well as full color management. Now, the D6300 also provides RGB color modes and a couple of test patterns for the DIYers out there, so you won't need, like, say, the blue glasses or anything like that. Right. The filter glasses that you normally use to use a pattern like this to set color or tint controls.
Cool.
Actually just turn on the blue mode, and that's even a better way to do it, and use one of the built-in test patterns, and boom, you're good to go. The bottom line, the Panasonic TCL32E40 is a terrific value, no doubt about it, for 120 Hz 1080p LCD technology. And because the panel uses what they call IPS-based LCD technology, the viewing angles tend to be more consistent in terms of color quality and brightness than other panel technologies. However, if you want better picture quality right out of the box, the D6300 from Samsung delivered it, and its superior picture controls help justify the extra cost.
It's been kind of amazing to watch, especially over the last year or two, how high the quality of the picture has gotten on 42 and 46-inch flat panels for what would, you know what I mean, $1,000?
That and the video processing has improved dramatically. We used to always worry about, oh, how's it going to make, you know, is it processing all the detail out of the signal that I'm feeding it?
Right.
That's not to say that they're all perfect, but they're a heck of a lot better than they used to be. And it's also for the internet-enabled features, too. Both of these TVs can connect to the internet or your local network, can run software updates. I'd give a slight advantage to Samsung because they've been doing their app store a little bit longer, but if you're really into the apps, both TVs have a good selection of apps, including music and video services, so, you know, and DLNA support, so it's all there.
It's pretty crazy to see how far they've come in the last few years.
I'm loving it.
Blu-ray releases.
Let's do it. Hey, it's now time for the new Blu-ray releases for the week of May 17, 2011. First up, Beverly Hills Cop. This 1984 film stars Eddie Murphy as a cop who moves from Detroit to Beverly Hills to solve his friend's murder. This release is region-free and comes on a single dual-layer Blu-ray 50GB disc with an AVC MPEG-4 AVC codec, a 1.78:1 aspect ratio, and a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 soundtrack. Despite being 27 years old, all three of our favorite review sites, Blu-ray.com, High Def Digest, and High Def Disc News, all agree that this is a solid, though not amazing transfer. Film grain is apparent, detail is good, and black levels are solid. Extras on this disc include a director's audio commentary, a 30-minute behind-the-scenes featurette, a 10-minute look at the casting process, an 8-minute featurette about the film's award-winning score, and a location map, which lets you choose from 7 locations from the film and learn more about them from production designer Angelo P. Graham. Next up, The Hustler 50th Anniversary Edition. This 1961 film is based upon a book of the same name and stars Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason as 2 gambling pool players. This release comes in a digibook form and includes DTS HD 5.1 Master Audio sound. Extras on this disc include those available on the previous DVD releases, like an audio commentary with Paul Newman, a trick shot analysis, a 24-minute behind-the-scenes featurette, an additional 12-minute behind-the-scenes featurette, a 10-minute clip about the pool hustling scene, a 43-minute feature from the biography channel about Paul Newman, and a few shorts from award-winning trick shot artist Mike Massey. This release also includes 3 documentaries that have never been released before, one on Paul Newman, one on Jackie Gleason, and one on the author of the book that the film was based on. Also released this week, Deep Red. This is a 1975 Italian horror mystery film written and directed by Dario Argento, and it's gotten an astounding 100% on the Rotten Tomato meter. The video comes in a 2:35:1 aspect ratio with an MPEG-4 AVC codec. This film is available in the original Italian cut with Italian audio, which runs 126 minutes. But it also includes the American cut, which shaves 20 minutes off the original with English audio. Each cut offers 3 audio tracks, DTS HD Master Audio 7.1, Dolby Digital 5.1, or a mono track. Extras include 10 minutes of interviews with Dario Argento and his co-writer, as well as the band Goblin, who composed and performed the soundtrack. You also get 2 music videos and both the US and Italian trailers. And as always, check out our show notes at Tekzilla.com or HDNation.tv for the rest of this week's Blu-ray releases. It's time to thank one of our sponsors, Go to Assist Express. I'm here to tell you about a tool that will help you save time and money and make you look like a hero to clients or colleagues. Go to Assist Express by Citrix. It helps you easily resolve computer issues in real time or after hours. You can even work while your customers are away from their computers, dramatically boosting your productivity. In fact, on average, Go to Assist Express users report a 40% increase in productivity. That's like getting 2 extra work days back each week. Tekzilla viewers can try GoToAssist Express free for 30 days. For the special offer, visit gotoassist.com/Tekzilla. That's gotoassist.com/Tekzilla for a free trial.